Oh, God, yeah, he'll 1,000,000 times to 1.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for a special Saturday edition due to the Super Bowl of Heels Forever podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Edelman. With me, as always, is my co-host, Brody James. Brody, how you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great, brother. Nice Saturday night. Relaxing day. Was chilling out in the back in the patio today with the kids.
Yeah, it's a
They're in
beautiful
bed.
day. I feel bad for the people in Ohio. Speaking of Ohio, we do have a special guest for any of you that are watching already. I grew up right across the street from this guy as a kid. He's got a Movies for Midnight YouTube page out, and he's also got a Wrestling Ringside page. Very excited about that. Can't wait for that. Dave Drake, how you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Good, man. Good. Thank you very much for taking time out to be on the show. We really do appreciate that.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, we've been going back and forth a little bit trying to kind of make this work for everybody. I know we're still waiting on a couple things as far as the video goes, but we're definitely going to have you back on in the future so everybody can take a nice good look at your face moving forward. So we were kind of talking, Dave, earlier in the week about the Cody Rock fallout. Everything that went down on the kickoff show. It's not a good spot right now, I guess, for The Rock and Roman and, going into WrestleMania. So I just kind of wanted to get your take on it. Where do you think they're headed? And, what's your opinion on everything that's going on right now with that?
Well, it was pretty unbelievable, wasn't it? I mean, I don't think anyone expected that. The fact that they came out the way they did and there was something in there. You could kind of tell something was going to happen, but it was well put together. Everybody had fire that night, and when The Rock came out, you thought, okay, well they're gonna be combative, but they weren't. They weren't combative at all. That's what really turned my head. I'm like, okay, so you guys are family, and now you're going to take this family. And they did. I mean, they projected the family tree, the roots. They did all that. And he's supposed to sit at the head of the table. And to me, it didn't set well. It didn't set well at all. You could tell that even if they had their match, if Cody would not actually be part of the main match with Roman, even if Rock and them would have their match, how combative would it be? Would it be two cousins fighting? Is it going to be an actual opponent versus an opponent? Are they going to actually pull back on one another? That's the thing that I don't understand.
Well, and that's a very good question, especially because when you look at it, how it's kind of building up to be basically, for lack of a better word, a fucking slobber knocker between the two of them.
Good old JR.
I think that there's a lot of potential for it, and I think it would be. It's kind of to the point where if you're going for head of the table, I think it kind of throws out that family essentially. Like, yes, it is built around the family, but I don't think that would be a place in the match. I feel like it would be best man wins. Brody, how do you feel about it? Do you think you would get that kind of a match where it's like holding back a little bit? Or do you think, as I think, that it would be balls to the wall? We're not leaving until somebody's dead.
I think it should be to the wall. We're not leaving until somebody's dead. I mean, that was the whole point of it, especially in a tribal culture.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought too. But if you look at the way it broke down, when push came to shove, The Rock reverted into, that's his family. And I get that he's trying to, stick up for his roots. But the fact that they inadvertently turned shoulder to shoulder and looked at Cody and it was like, oh yeah, we're going to fight each other, but we're family, bro. Like that's great
Oh
being
yeah,
family,
100%.
but this is
100%.
business. This is business. This isn't family
Yeah.
time. We're
Well,
not here for a
There's plenty of
slideshow.
time for them to stab each other in the back and then let it be
1000%.
nasty.
Well, then let
That's
me
what-
ask you this, Dave, to kind of get your opinion on this, because I've been kind of circling the drain on this and I'm not sure where they're going. Now that Cody has accepted to fight Roman at WrestleMania, what are your plans? Like, what do you see happening as far as with The Rock being involved?
Honestly, this may be strange, but I feel like The Rock. Okay, let me break this down as quick as I can. I know you guys are on a time limit. The
Oh,
Rock,
no, you're good.
The Rock, realistically, we know he owns TKO, and that's the reason why he's doing what he's doing in real life. He owns the company. He owns most of the shares of the company. He owns the company that owns WWE. He's a majority holder, so he legitimately has pull in the company. So he is trying to get that WrestleMania match that he did not work for. That's what bothers me. Like people like The Rock. I love The Rock. I mean, I loved him my whole life. But the thing is, he didn't earn that match. He came in and stole it from Cody. So
Yeah, but that's kind of, the world in a whole, right? You have all these people who bust their ass every day to get shit done, and then the higher ups take all the credit, and they're
right.
the ones that get paid. So I like that they're kind of trying to make it relate in a sense, but also I do see where you're coming from, and where a lot of fans that are sitting kind of in the same area that you are, because we've watched Cody come from essentially nothing
Mhm.
to winning the Royal Rumble twice. He lost against Roman last year, but he's going to be headlining WrestleMania again for 2 years in a row. And most fans don't want to see, like, yeah, the Rock and Cody would have been cool. Like me and Brody were talking about this earlier in the week. If you would have gave us the Rock and Cody at WrestleMania last year,
Or
when that's when we
foreshadowed it.
thought we were getting it,
Foreshadowed
exactly,
it.
it would have been fantastic. Now they reach a spot where it sat for so long and nobody was sure that it was gonna happen, and now you've got Cody on a fucking strapped to a rocket ship aiming for the moon, and now you want to throw the Rock in there? Like,
Well, that's the thing, honestly. To be honest with you, Kenny, the fact that, like you said, listen, The Rock and Roman, they will put asses in the seats. They will
Yeah.
sell a WrestleMania. But the everyman that we all are, want we want to see Cody because Cody represents us. We bust our ass every day for what we believe in. And for somebody to come in like a Vince McMahon and tear your ass down to nothing, that's absolutely ridiculous. And that's what The Rock's doing. He's using his power in TKO to do this.
well,
And
here's the thing, though. It makes for good TV.
it's
It
juicy,
makes
but
for
it's juicy.
great TV. Honestly, when I was watching the kickoff, the way that it ended, I felt like I had just sat in a time machine and went back to 2000. Like I was in the Attitude Era all over again.
Oh, I felt the same way, man.
And now that they're potentially, they're moving to Netflix in September, October, I believe. I think we're gonna get something that runs along that same line of what we were used to growing up. So I think this is just like the very beginning of this company-wide change that's gonna make everything interesting again. And it's gonna kind of bring in kind of older people that kind of stepped away from the show now that you have The Rock back and things like that. So you're getting those eyes back on the show as well, but you're also bringing in new people who they weren't around to experience the Attitude Era like we were.
Right.
So now they're kind of getting the chance, and I think it's going to be fantastic.
This is some of the best storyline I have seen this past year and so that I've seen out of anything since then. I mean, after the Attitude Era ended, it was okay with the soon to be followed years, but it was just never as
Mhm.
good. And now
The
this past
ruthless
year,
aggression.
yeah, even Ruthless wasn't to me
Ruthless
wasn't as
aggression.
good, and
Yeesh.
but now I mean, this stuff has me at the edge of the seat, especially the whole segment for the kickoff. That was just that floored me as a fan. I thought I was going to actually see something that I assumed was going to happen, and it knocked me right off my ass. I was like, "There's no way
Honestly,
that could happen."
honestly, like I said, everything that Triple H has done to change since he's been in charge of creative,
Oh yeah,
it's been insane. It's been a night and day difference. Just think about this, like a couple years ago when he was only the creative for NXT. I don't know if you guys remember that far back, but
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
everybody was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you guys doing?" Because NXT is outperforming the fuck out of Raw and SmackDown.
Vince
you know what
got
I mean?
pissed. Vince
Exactly.
pulled back on him. Said, "Hey, wait, you're making NXT bigger than what I do." He made him
Yeah.
stop.
And, once we kind of saw the writing on the wall, like, hey, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing and he knows how to deliver a good product. It's been nothing. I mean, yeah, you have some moments here and there, but that's to be expected when you have so many people on that roster that need the spots, they need the time and the light. But I think it's a great move. I think it's only going to get better. And just listening to, how they're kind of promoting the future going even past WrestleMania, I think it's going to be it's a great time to be a wrestling fan. And I think it's just going to keep getting better.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's one thing I was going to say about this whole Rock situation. Again, I know it sounds like I'm clowning and hate the guy. I love the Rock, and I loved him for years. But this new Rock, this
Hollywood, baby.
yeah, well, the Cody Criers and all this. Yeah,
I love it. I fucking loved every
he
second of it.
he actually literally pissed me off. I don't normally get mad, but I was actually pissed. I'm like, when I heard his voice again on another commercial, I was like, I don't even want to hear his voice right now.
Yes,
Like-
that's gold work. That is gold work right there, bro.
But see, that's the
I
thing.
told
and that's what
Kenny. I
makes
told
it
Kenny
so
they were gonna
great.
lean into this.
Yeah,
I
and that's
told
what
them
makes
to
it
lean
so great, Dave, when you think about it. Like, you know with every fiber of your being that this shit is fake.
Oh yeah, but
Fake as fuck.
right.
and
and
you
then
don't give a fuck.
And he's getting people to the point where they're like, this fucking guy, like, fuck this motherfucker. I can't stand it.
Well, admit this though, kickoff. If you didn't know better, you could look at that and say, that shit actually happened. That actually happened. Like that looks so realistic.
Well, and The
It's
Rock
He
believable.
definitely
is-
got smacked. Definitely got smacked.
Oh, he definitely got the
Was it?
fuck smacked
Yeah.
out of him. And you got to
Yeah, correct.
understand too, you have to remember that, The Rock is the highest paid actor of all time for a reason.
Mhm.
The dude knows how to make shit happen, and they did a very good job. I was very impressed with everything that happened on the kickoff for sure. Really quickly, because we are kind of running a little bit out of time, and I wanted to get your opinion on something else that we were talking about earlier today, Dave. What do you think is the plan for LA Knight going into WrestleMania season? Because I know you're a big fan of him as well. He's kind of fell off the last couple of weeks. We haven't been seeing him on TV.
Yep. Yeah.
What do you think's going on? What do you think the plan is?
So he ran the show. Let's just say this. He ran the show. And all these other listen, I love Randy Orton. I love Punk. I mean, there's no doubt. I love all those guys. But as soon as those guys showed up, what happened? He got eclipsed. And that's not
Mhm.
right, man. That guy is Stone Cold The Rock and any great wrestler put together. He is a mixture of all. He is the greatest, I think, showman that I've seen. I love the guy, and I think he deserves a title. They're not pushing him, and before they made the announcement over, the other title match, Seth
Mhm.
Rollins, I honestly believed that LA Knight was going to show up. His music was going to hit on Raw, and he's going to be like, hey, no one on your stable was going to obviously take care of this, but I'm here for a title shot. I am the working man. I am the blue collar. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I
Yeah,
thought was going to happen.
Well, here's the thing, though. They announced that the winner of the Elimination Chamber is going to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Yes.
And he is in one of the qualifying matches. He hasn't won to advance into it yet. I think that's probably next SmackDown. They'll probably have his match, so a week from yesterday. But
Well, look at
do
look at the statistics. He usually never loses. He never loses.
Well, and here's the thing, though,
The
man,
man
and
wins.
this is what kind of has me nervous. When you throw in a Randy Orton, you throw in a Drew McIntyre, you're probably looking at Kevin Owens in there as well, unless they have Dom beat him. I don't see that happening, but you never know. But then you also have potentially Gunther in there. I don't know that, it's not looking very good for LA Knight. I'm hoping, man. Really hoping that he can win to kind of project himself into that title match because he does deserve it. Do you think it's going to be? Do you think he has a chance of winning this Elimination Chamber? And do you think we see him win the title at Mania?
I think he would definitely win the Elimination Chamber because the man has won so many other bouts, and he literally came from nothing and fought himself all the way up to what he is now. So the point of it is he not only will win, but my problem with it is Mania. So he wins and it's Mania time. It seems like every time it's a big event, he gets knocked off. He gets knocked off, and I don't know
Crown
why.
Jewel.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing that pisses me off. Look at that Crown Jewel. He had Roman Reigns. He had him.
Mm-hmm.
So, why is he not in this title shot? Why isn't it a triple threat? Why couldn't it be The Rock, Cody, and or even a fatal four way? Rock, Cody, LA Knight, and
yeah, and I agree with you there too. But I think because of everything that's kind of happened, you run the risk of, even with the last fatal four we had at the Royal Rumble, you definitely don't want anything to get stale.
mm-hmm.
I know that we're kind of, the bloodline's already reached that point where it's getting stale, but the last thing you want is someone who you can potentially make a face of your company in LA Knight, who's on the trajectory to be so big. If you get him stale too quick, even before he gets the title, then what?
You know what I'm saying?
I keep having a sick feeling, guys, that The Rock is going to be pushed out of the match. Like obviously he is because it's already set, Cody versus Reigns. But they might bring in some real life storyline and say he comes out flexing his ego, and The Rock says, "You do realize I own the majority of this company." And then he inserts himself as a special guest referee. Imagine that.
I think we actually had talked about that earlier in the week with that potential. So yeah, and here's the thing too: the way Triple H kind of opened SmackDown last night, taking shots at The Rock. I definitely think we're going to see him next week for sure.
Absolutely.
And, things are kind of going to keep expanding as we get closer to Mania. So it may not be just The Rock and Cody at Mania. We have no idea. A lot of shit can happen between now and then. So just going to sit back, enjoy the fucking ride that they're giving me right now. And, hopefully everything plays out the way that it should.
They should throw him in another match like with Shinsuke with the cowbell. Rones versus Cody in that.
You know what I mean? I had that as my match of the week too, just out of straight nostalgia.
Yeah. So we are kind of running a little bit out of time here, Dave. But I wanted to give you a chance to kind of let everybody know where they can find you at on the socials. Where can they find you at on YouTube? I know you have the 2 pages going now. Watch the couple clips on the movie page. I haven't gotten around to the wrestling page yet, but that's definitely coming up soon because I saw you have a little bit of content up there as well. So where can they find you at?
Okay, so basically, guys, well, first, thanks for having me. I know we're running out of time. And
absolutely, thanks for coming.
It was really fun talking with you.
Absolutely, man.
But it's 4 branded channels, and they're all under Movies for Midnight 8. So at Movies for Midnight 8. And there's 4 different branded channels, and you can go check them out. But the main ones are the wrestling for Ringside, the movie channel, and then there's a gaming channel, and there's even a nutrition and fitness channel. So I kind of cover all the bases.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and me and Brody were talking about this earlier when me and yourself kind of had the conversation of you coming on. We're all about the movies too, bro. We are fucking cinephiles to the max. So, we're very excited about it. We can't wait to see it. And thank you again for taking the time to be on the show today. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely,
I
Dave.
just got to
Nice
get
to
my
meet you, man.
yeah, you too, Brody. I got to get my studio, up and get it completely demoed, and then I'll actually be live with you guys. I can finally show
Nice.
myself. I'm off location
Looking
right
forward to it.
now.
What you guys really don't know is Dave kind of looks like a pumpkin head dude. He's just got like this little robe on, and he's fucking
Well,
every
actually,
villain you could see from a movie.
funny part is you put up a little FaceTime, off Facebook, and that picture's probably like 15 years old, man. That's not a current picture. I got a bigger
Well,
beard.
so I messaged Brody. He's our graphics guy. So I was just like, hey, can you put this together so we can kind of throw this up? And all I did was give him your page, and he found everything that needed to be found. So shout out to him for throwing that together very quickly too. But
Appreciate
No,
that,
no
buddy.
problem, man.
yeah,
No
man,
problem.
we're very excited for the channels. We're very excited to have you on in the future. Once you get everything figured out, we get some visuals on there as well, so everybody can see that face, like we said before. But again, man, thanks again. We can't wait to have you back.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
See you later.
You too, Dave.
Bye.
All right,
brother.
man. It's
And we're
getting
back.
choppy season, WrestleMania season, baby. Everything can
Yes,
happen.
sir. Yes, sir.
So
Alright, my buddy Groove said he was in the lobby, but I don't see him.
he's not in there.
No, he's not in there. I don't see
Hmm.
him.
Well, when he does get on, I'll kind of hand the reins over to you, so to speak. Hashtag no Roman.
Yay!
And then we can kind of go from there. But while we're waiting, what did you think of WrestleMania kickoff? I know you were pretty stoked about watching it as well.
Absolutely, dude. I was messaging you we were messaging each other like right through. All right, Grooves is in here now. Yeah, we were messaging each other straight away, bro. Like, I thought it was good, dude. It reminds me of UFC press conference.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then once
know
The
what I
Rock
mean?
came out there in the all black, and I was like, oh, it's about to get spicy, bro. Like
100%. It got real zesty.
Hollywood
All right,
style.
let's I'm gonna bring my boy Grooves in here, bassist from group Cropsy. Very knowledgeable in the WWE game, a fellow watcher as ourselves. So yeah, let's bring in big Mike Grooves. What's up,
What's
brother?
up, boys? I don't have the
Cruz, what's going on?
professional. I don't have the professional setup like you guys. I'm wearing Xbox headphones, so
It's all good.
Hey, that's
brother.
all
It's
good, man. When we were doing the audio, I think we kind of had the same setup as well. So yeah,
yeah.
we've definitely been there. But thank you for coming on the show, man. We really do appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
Now, before we kind of get into the wrestling, I know that Brody had mentioned that you are in a band. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm in a band called Cropsy. We're from Staten Island. It's a heavier hardcore band. Might have some stuff coming out soon. Can't really say anything about it. It's kind of a surprise, but
I like it. I like it.
it's coming soon.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff, Mikey.
Thank you.
So Brody tells me, and I'm kind of taking this question out of left field, but Brody tells me you're a big CM Punk guy.
Oh, no, not really.
not really. Not really.
So let me ask you, because we were kind of throwing this back and forth, and I may be way off on this like I usually am, but I kind of think CM's injury is a work.
Yes, I was in agreement with that until the press conference. I thought everything was a work. Like once they did this whole Rock thing, I was like, "There's no way they're going with this."
Mhm.
And then last Friday night when his music hit, the first words I was laying next to my wife. My first words out of my mouth were, "They're doing it," and then I went, "Oh, they're doing it."
Yeah.
So it kind of negated the whole Punk's injury being a work thing. It's weird. They showed him at the press conference. He's wearing a brace. I saw somebody say that's not an after surgery brace, so they might have
Bro, he's
messed up.
smacking the table. You see him hitting the table. I was like, no
Mhm.
way, bro.
Yeah, he was hitting the table. He was throwing shoulders at Drew on Friday night.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, I actually went to a meet and greet. It was like a trivia night, and
Okay.
Crowbar. Do you guys remember Crowbar?
Yes.
Yes.
Crowbar was there. It was Eric Bischoff meet and greet and a trivia night. Crowbar was there. I somehow made friends with Crowbar.
Nice.
He tweeted something on X about, how he could, it's not a work, this and that. And I was like, but how is he throwing shoulders like that
Right.
if he's, really injured that bad? And he said, Cody worked the whole Hell in a Cell like that.
That's true.
Same injury, worked a 5-star Hell in a Cell match. So it's in the back of my head. It's still kind of up in the air. I want it to be a work. I do want to see Punk wrestle at Mania, but I'm kind of on the side of it's real.
Yeah.
So it's cool because like for the first time since we're kids, there's actually some mystery to WrestleMania this year.
Yes.
Bro,
You know,
Yep.
what is that?
And that was one of the big things that I was telling Brody. I'm like, you know, for the first time in I don't know how long, I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. And
No.
I haven't felt that way in a long time, especially because the way they promote and project things, you know, you can always tell like, oh, this is what's going to happen. But the biggest thing kind of going back to CM Punk that made me think it was a work, anytime somebody has the cast on the outside of the suit, to me, I'm like, come on, bro. But
Come on, bro.
I just, I don't know,
It's
man.
it's strange because right before I came on, I was actually on I think it was TikTok. I'm scrolling through TikTok, and there's like a thing that Punk he just I guess he put a video out because Bailey was left out of the WrestleMania promo stuff.
I seen that. He did
And
throw that out there.
he's not wearing a cast at all. He's not wearing a brace. He's not
Yep.
wearing a cast. He's not wearing anything. He's wearing a hoodie, a Bret Hart hoodie. There's
Yep.
there's no raised part to the hoodie. There's obviously nothing there. So what
Where
is
is it?
what's going on?
All right.
Yeah.
Which is, I
Brody-
mean, it's cool.
What? Let me ask you this, because and Grooves, feel free to jump into this as well. Because of everything that happened on the kickoff show, as far as you know, everything that happened with Roman and Rock, Cody, Seth, where's this headed? Where do you guys think this is going?
I'll let Brody go first, but I have a whole theory on it.
All right,
Nice. I'm actually excited for this.
I'm here for it.
Listen, I think they're gonna give us what we don't want. Ultimately, they'll find a way to not give us Cody and Roman. They'll find a way to fuck us. I have no doubts. As far as like Mania, I do think we are gonna get Punk and Drew. I don't know why, but I really do think we are. And I like it for Drew McIntyre because he's been frying Punk up all fucking week. I feel like for like 2 or 3 weeks, been frying him up. And he's gonna catch his too.
And to
They can't let
kind of
this
go
let
off
that
of
go.
that really quickly, that's also a part that makes me think it's a work, because you have McIntyre going at him so hard. It's like, yo, why are you trying to, like, obviously if he's hurt, he's probably not going to be in a match again until close to Mania next year. So excuse me, why build it up the way that they're trying to do it a year ahead of time?
Fair play.
Makes sense.
What do you got, Grooves? I'm excited.
So I think at Mania we end up getting Cody versus Roman, night 2.
Okay.
I think we get Seth versus Rock, night 1 for the World Heavyweight. I think there's going to be an Elimination Chamber tag match between the 4 guys, setting up Seth versus Rock. I think Rock wins at Mania. I think Roman loses at Mania.
Love it.
And
Every
then
second. I love it.
that's where the build starts to WrestleMania next year, where it's Roman versus Rock for head of the table. Did you guys get the feeling that at the press conference, it almost felt like Rock was the grown-up?
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
like I'm going to handle this. He's talking about our family, step aside. Now Roman's the tribal chief, head of the table. He's not going to accept that, right?
Bro,
So-
Roman looked like Jey Uso next to The Rock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He
So
looked
Roman
just
drops the
like
title.
Jey Uso.
Roman drops the title at Mania. Rock picks up the World Heavyweight at Mania. That not only elevates the World Heavyweight, but it
True.
makes Roman feel inferior to The Rock.
Yes.
See, and
Another-
I kind of, and I don't mean to cut you off right here, but I'm kind of with you as well, where, you know, there's an elimination tag match, but
Yeah.
I don't have the same guys competing as you do. I think the way that they open up SmackDown with Triple H kind of talking shit to The Rock, I think we're going to get one more. I think you're going to get The Rock and Roman, Triple H and Cody at Elimination Chamber.
I was thinking that too, but Triple H has a pacemaker in, so I don't know. I mean, unless he works a
Which-
very light impact match,
Yeah,
which
true.
would be weak. He won't even want to do that. He'll be
yeah,
like, "No, I'm
and
not doing that."
well, and
bro.
then
Not
Brody
doing that."
brought something up to me earlier as well. Is you kind of build this whole tag team kind of thing going on, and then as you're building up to it, the glass breaks. Stone Cold, you get the Rock, Stone Cold one more time. Throw in Cody and Roman as well.
I
I'm
mean,
not mad about it.
as a 35-year-old man that was raised by Stone Cold Steve Austin, I would absolutely lose my shit. I don't know if I want to see it though,
You
because
think they're too old, bro? Too old?
yeah,
Well,
dude. Like
Stone Cold didn't
Rock
look bad.
he didn't look bad at Mania against Owens, but like Rock was so gassed
Yeah,
from just giving
Walking to the ring.
Jinder a spine buster
Yeah.
compared
You
to
could
what
tell
he
he went
used
home
to
and
do.
did some cardio. Guy
Yeah.
definitely did some cardio.
I mean, it would be cool to see, but I don't know how much I'd want to actually see it.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
yeah.
If
It's almost
if
like
Austin were to come out in like just a mouthpiece, role in this
Yeah.
whole thing, that would be fire too. But like, I don't know about them wrestling just them.
yeah, and I get that too because the last thing we want to see is like the Undertaker Goldberg at Crown Jewel all over again. So
Oh,
Yeah.
bro,
on
or
that
the
too.
fucking the DX and the Brothers of Destruction shit show
Yeah.
that was, bro.
Yeah, with a bald
Oh,
Shawn
it was
Michaels.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro, it was
exactly.
miserable. And I'm a Shawn Michaels fan, bro. Like my whole life,
Yeah.
that was miserable to see that, bro.
Same.
Miserable.
I remember us hitting the HBK pose at New York Sports Bar a couple years ago.
Oh, bro, yes. Oh, fuck, dude.
We should have had that
Fine.
picture loaded up.
Yeah, right.
Nigga, are you serious? That would have been awesome.
So another thing that I kind of asked the last guest, and I kind of want to get your opinion on this as well. Now that they've announced the Elimination Chamber match as kind of the qualifier for Seth Rollins going into WrestleMania, who do you think is going to take that? They haven't really, they're doing the qualifiers right now, but who's your early on pick?
You got to go with Drew, but I don't think that match is even going to make a difference in the end of it. Like I said, I'm going with Rock versus Seth at Mania somehow.
I like that, bro. I like that.
I could see like The
Fucking
Rock
really do
putting
like that.
himself into the chamber match or some shit like that just to kind of ruffle some feathers.
I mean, I would like to. They say every 10 years they do a triple threat. So if they had Orton win the chamber,
Yeah,
Rock, Orton, and Seth, that would be pretty sick too.
that would be sick.
I
That's
wish LA Knight wasn't buried 17 layers deep after all the returns and injuries.
Bro,
Kenny been
me
saying this for
fucking
weeks.
too.
Oh,
It's terrible, dude. He was so hot. Like he was so hot, and I wanted him to beat Roman so bad, and it was so close. And
So did Kenny, bro. So did Kenny.
Dude, I was almost in tears when that shit happened. I'm like, bro, you're killing him.
We needed whatever's going on. We needed it
bro.
because the
Mhm.
last Roman match, it's like I was watching it and I'm like, why am I even watching this? I know what's happening.
Yep.
Like, what's the point of even sitting here for the next 20 minutes? I know the ending. So
Yeah, Drew
Yeah.
said that. He said, we know the finish. Guy said it
Yeah.
on TV. He says, oh, we know the finish.
Well, and here's the
Yeah.
thing though, he's been off of TV for a couple of weeks now, right? And when they announced last night the qualifiers for the chamber and they announced that he was in it, he's still got one of the biggest pops that he's had in a while without being on TV. So for
LA?
me, it's like, yeah, LA Knight. So, you have Cody on one side who's obviously on the trajectory of being the face of the company for SmackDown, I would assume, after he beats Roman. Why not do like a trade? Send LA Knight to Raw, let him kind of run things over there and be the guy, because Seth needs time. He needs to kind of go away for a while, heal up, whatever's going on.
Exactly.
I don't
No
see
pop.
a better choice at this point.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like they need to do something with him. Somebody said, since he cost AJ the match last night, I actually didn't catch SmackDown. I caught like tidbits of it today.
Mhm.
But somebody said AJ versus LA versus Logan Paul for the US at Mania.
I wouldn't be mad about that either.
And I
Give
wouldn't
him
be
give
mad
him
about that.
something.
Yeah, I hope they give him the title. Honestly, he deserves a title. Him and Braun Breaker are the two guys I want to see gold on by the end of the year.
Yes.
Nice. Good
Yes.
call. Good call,
Yeah.
Bruce.
I think Braun's the next big thing.
I
But
agree.
I feel like LA got so pushed aside because Punk came back, and now Rock's back, and it's like, well, okay, what do we do with him now? And he's just sitting in limbo.
Well, and that's the thing. And I don't know if you guys are kind of on the same playing field I am, because I am such a fucking LA Knight mark. I could see, kind of cooling him off into WrestleMania, and then when you're gearing up towards SummerSlam, kind of give him that push again, and potentially kind of shoot that. But they have so many top guys right now, so many hitters, so many
That's the
guys can go
fucking
out and
problem.
compete at a top level each and every night. So you kind of get those guys that are left out.
Yeah, it's a gift and a curse, because it's the gift of I don't know what's going to happen, and
Mhm.
it's the curse of there's 17 guys doing nothing for Mania.
Yep.
So they kind of business themselves into a corner.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I think as they're continuing to build the talent and to get more people, I think in a year or so, maybe we end up seeing like WrestleMania be 2 weekends, maybe even like a
fuck me,
3-night
bro.
event or something. Because
Aw,
in
bro.
reality, man, you're getting all this talent, and what better way to fucking put everybody on
Yeah,
and
no
say,
more
hey, we're doing
drinking.
this Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Let's fucking roll. I don't know. It's
Friday
a good
night?
spot
It has to be
in,
like
but,
2 hours Friday night, though. Can't be
yeah,
4
yeah.
hours Friday night.
Brody's
Friday night's
Yeah.
2 hours.
Brody's gonna talk shit about it and then watch it anyway, like the rest of us.
Right.
100%.
He'll probably buy a fucking ticket all 3 nights.
No, that's too much, bro.
Dude,
3
it's in Philly.
nights?
I live in Jersey now. I'm about an hour away from Philly. Everybody's like, "You going?" I'm like, "Absolutely fucking not. I'm sitting on my couch."
Correct, bro.
Yeah,
know
I
what I'm saying?
remember when it was at MetLife a couple years ago, and I didn't go, but I had some friends that went, and they were trying to get Ubers afterwards. And I think they stood around for like 5 hours trying to get fucking
fuck outta
rides
here,
because
man.
there were so many goddamn people. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah, I bought fake tickets to that WrestleMania and didn't find out till I got to the gate.
ooh.
Damn,
That was
son.
fun.
See, I got lucky. The only WrestleMania I went to was in Tampa right after COVID, and there was only like 25,000 people there that they let in. So it was like in and out, no traffic. It rained for like the first 3 hours. They had to postpone it, but it was a good fucking time. I can't wait to go back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's lost the live shows have lost the luster for me. I'm not, I'd rather hear the announcers and see what's going on than be there.
Yeah, I
Yes.
got
So
you.
for me, I think with like the Royal Rumble and shit like that, I think I would want to see it at home. But
Yeah.
for me to see WrestleMania live, it just does something in my pants that I'm like, yo, you can't get that watching it at home,
Yeah,
My
I get
nigga.
it.
I definitely would have liked to be at Eagles Stadium. I would love to be at the Link too, bro. That'd have been great.
Yeah.
Big
As long as
time.
it's not like fucking cold as shit, because it's still early in April, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
bro,
like
it'll be brutal. I have no doubt.
Yeah.
It'll be fucking brutal.
Brody, you got anything you want to throw at Grooves before we let him go?
No, I feel like we talked about a lot of the important shit. I mean, Bruce, actually, let me ask you this, bro. How do you feel about the tag team divisions in the company?
Yes.
I think I don't know. I don't think there's enough tag teams.
Facts.
Nice.
Right. I was talking today to my boys, and I was like, I can't tell if Pretty Deadly's a comedy team
Yeah.
or if we're supposed to take them seriously. And my friend said they remind him of Billy and Chuck.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I don't know.
All they're missing is Rico.
Who's gonna? I mean, with the qualifying match last night to face Judgment Day, who ended up winning that? Was it Ciampa?
No, Bate and Pete Dunne. They won.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I figured being Triple H's guy, Gargano and Ciampa would have taken that.
That's what I thought too. It kind of threw me off too, and I'm like, man. But we were talking about this before the show went live. I'm glad that they're getting a push and they're going to get to be on a bigger stage.
Yeah.
But to me, it kind of takes away because I know they're not beating Judgment Day. I think with DIY, that kind of leaves maybe the element of they might win, but I don't see these guys getting the titles.
Yeah, but I feel like if they did put it on him, it would also be a good thing. Make them workhorse titles.
Yes.
Bate
Yeah,
and Dunn, they're phenomenal performers, phenomenal wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment Day doesn't need tag titles.
I
Damien's got the case. Ray's got the women's title. You got R-Truth in the mix. Like, there's so much going on in that storyline. They don't need a set of tag titles.
Agreed.
And I was just watching right before I came on. I was watching one of your guys' older episodes, and whoever said Gable was money, I agree. I think
Yes.
Gable was a missed opportunity.
Always is.
If you're not going to put the IC on him, put the tag titles on him and Otis. Otis is fantastic.
Otis
yeah.
is money too, bro. I
That's
thought
the-
Otis heavy, bro.
That's the one thing that we can't fucking figure out, man. It's like you got this.
Yeah.
Not only are they good in the ring, but on the mics, they are fucking gold every time too. Like, what else? What more do you need from these guys?
I feel like WWE, you know, pre Triple H, current Triple H, they have a trigger pulling problem
Mm-hmm.
where they'll
Yeah.
build somebody up till they're right there, and then they're like, "Oh, you know what? Never mind."
Yeah, I'm with you there too. And it kind of shows when you go back and think about it, especially even in just the tag division alone. You know, you had the Creed brothers who were looking fucking fantastic, and then
And
they
then
have
they just died.
yep. And
Nothing.
even in
Yeah,
in the Fatal 4-Way from last week, they fucking destroyed everybody. So they built them up again, but then they didn't have them win the match. So it's
Yeah.
like,
crazy.
It makes
I don't
zero
know,
sense.
man. Makes no sense to me at all either. But Grooves, where you guys got music on Spotify, iTunes? Where
Yeah,
can we
we're
find it?
on Spotify, we're on Apple, you know, everywhere. Just Cropsy on Instagram, it's Cropsy NY, and we're on Facebook as well.
Dope, man. We definitely appreciate you taking the time to be on the show. I'm definitely going to check out the music as well. But
Thank
yeah,
you.
man, you ever want to be back on, you know, just reach out to Brody. We'll always have time for you here.
Yeah, let me know.
Fuck yeah,
I'll
dude.
come on whenever.
All right, man.
You got
Thanks
it,
again.
dude.
We appreciate you.
Thank you guys. Take care.
All right, my brother. Enjoy.
Bye.
Hell yeah. It's
Right?
always good to find some new music too. So I'm pretty hyped about that.
correct. Yeah, they're actually really good.
Yeah, I can't
You
wait.
know, I wouldn't hang around Pike motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm saying? I definitely, you know, they're really good. They're professional. They do great work, bro. They're good live too.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
I was happy to get Grooves on here. Known him for a long time.
yeah, man, it's good. And I kind of hope, you know, that we continue the model of having people on because, you know, like I've said before, we talk and we bullshit and things like that, but it's nice to get other opinions on things as well. I know sometimes we kind of get in our own stances where we're like, nah, fuck that guy. Like no matter what, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's nice to have these guys on that are kind of familiar with the business and you know, add some more talking points to that. So we appreciate it.
Correct, man. Correct.
All right, Brody. So now that we're kind of transitioning into Elimination Chamber and we have some matches that have been announced already. We have Rhea
Yes.
and Nia for the title. Obviously, that was a given, being Rhea from Australia, who the crowd was fucking going crazy for at the kickoff
Yeah, they
show.
were.
So
Yeah, they were.
here's my thing. I love Rhea as the champion, but there's this voice in the back of my head that is telling me that Bianca is walking out with that title.
It tells me that all the time, dude.
I feel like
Tells me that all the time.
with the promotion that they've been giving her and, you know, putting her on the kickoff show and, you know, just everything that she had said while she was on the stage talking about, you know, she's 3-0 at WrestleMania. Every time she's walked into WrestleMania, she's left with the title.
Yep.
And who else besides Bianca that they have on this roster? Obviously, you know, you have the likes of Jade and Nia and the powerhouses, but it's too early for Jade to even think about having a shot at Rhea.
Too
And
early.
I don't see Nia beating Rhea in Australia. So to me, the only other option that you would have to beat Rhea that would make sense is Bianca. Now, obviously, you can always throw Becky in there and find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, they never wrestled before, so I'd rather it be Becky. I like that interaction I seen from them at the presser. I think that would be the biggest match they could do for Rhea would be Becky Lynch.
Yes, I think so too. And that's kind of what I was getting to transition into is I think the best option for them right now would be Becky. You know, you can obviously because of the whole the man angle that she was already in before, kind of put her back in that role, bro, because she was good as shit in that role. So
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me, to have her headline, you could even headline night one with Rhea and Becky, and it would be
Mm-hmm.
amazing. So that's what I'm
100%.
kind of hoping for too as well. So fingers fucking crossed that that's what we see.
Yeah, big time.
Did they and I don't know if you know this or not, but did they announce the other qualifiers for the women's title in the Elimination Chamber? Like I
I
know they're doing the
don't think
qualifying
so.
matches, but because
I
they
don't think
announced the
so.
men's last night,
We'll probably get
which
it on Raw.
yeah, I don't know, man. I kind of hope there's a part of me that's like, what if they just throw Jade in there and let her just fucking destroy everybody, and then you get a Jade Rhea WrestleMania?
Yeah, well, I don't know, bro. I mean, like you said, bro, it's just too young, bro. It's too
Yeah.
soon. And if she doesn't perform, now you take a risk that
Right.
you make Rhea look horrible. She
Mhm.
looks horrible. The crowd's like, oh, put this bitch back in AEW, bro. You know what I'm saying? Back to the bingo holes for you. You thought you were
Yes.
it. You're not. So early on. Not when you can have her do, just like a regular match with Bianca and fucking kill it, on the
Mm.
opening of night one or something like that.
Yeah, and
Safer option.
yeah, there's always going to be a part of me it's going to be Becky regardless. But the other match that has been announced so far is Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate against the Judgment Day for the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
I
True.
I already have the Judgment Day winning this one, in my opinion.
Yeah, of course.
Like Grooves was saying, I would not be mad about putting the titles on Dunn and Bate. I think they can definitely get it done and, kind of build up another tag team in the division. So I'm here for
Yeah, I
that as
agree.
well. But it just doesn't make sense to me that they would do that, especially not at Elimination Chamber.
No.
But now that I'm thinking about it as well, though, if you do have them drop the titles at Elimination Chamber, then you can kind of focus on Damian Priest cashing in. You don't have to worry about having a match at WrestleMania and then maybe kind of fitting a cash in somewhere. So to me, I think a cash in's happening at Mania.
It has to, bro. Where else is it gonna go? Or it could happen in Perth. Now it's like, oh, well, all of a sudden you're not facing Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Now the winner faces Damian Priest at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship. Or does he cash in on Roman at fucking,
Well,
if Rock ain't gonna beat this guy, there's no point in the title being on the line.
yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I feel like Grooves was saying before he left, I think they're at a point with Damian Priest where they gave him the Money in the Bank, but now they don't want to pull the trigger on it.
They
So,
can't.
yeah,
What
and
they gonna
it
do?
just
They should have pulled it back in fucking SummerSlam.
that's what doesn't make sense to me either. I mean, at this point, you could even have a match at WrestleMania with the fucking briefcase on the line to get it out of his hands if you're not going to have the man cash in.
Correct. Because
So-
Money in the Bank the last few years has meant nothing. It's
Absolutely
meant
nothing.
absolute dog shit. I don't know why they have the event. It's just an event to have, I guess. You're
And-
better off just putting the belt up on the line in a ladder match.
When was the last time
know
that there
what I'm
was a cash in for the title that actually changed hands?
Oh, what was it? Fucking Sheamus?
That's what I'm saying, man, because,
Like in
just
2015, bro?
it's getting to a point where
Was it
it's
Sheamus?
I don't know. I honestly can't tell you the last time it happened because I know you had Theory the year before who wasn't successful.
Baron Corbin wasn't successful.
No. And then at one point you had Otis win it. It changed hands to The Miz. He wasn't successful.
Yeah, Baron Corbin cashed in on Jinder Mahal. The most anticlimactic of all time. Braun Strowman
Well, while
cashed
you're
in
looking
on
at
Roman
those
Reigns.
stats, give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
BRB.
Yes, he cashed in. For those watching at home, Braun Strowman cashed in on Roman Reigns 2018. Nothing. I mean, Oh yes, Lesnar cashed in on Rollins, took the belt. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Extreme Rules 2019. There it is. Wait for Kenny to get back. I'll remind him. So it has only been 5 years. Oh wow, 5 years. Oh, that's right. The Miz too. It's been even closer. All right, bro. So we're just not remembering a lot of the good stuff here. That's the deal. That's the problem. There's some good stuff that has happened, but we're just not remembering it. Yeah, so Miz cashed in on Drew, which I guess everyone was happy about. What else do we got? What else do we got? When someone cashed in. So we gotta count the women's too. We gotta count the women's too. Nikki Ash cashed in on Charlotte Flair on Raw. That was a good one. I do remember that. That was actually really good. Yeah, Carmella. She cashed in. Big E cashed in on Bobby Lashley in
Is that when Big E won the
2021.
title?
Yup.
Okay, so
Yup.
probably
See, I was
Big
looking
E
at
the
that.
last
Liv,
cash
Liv
in
Morgan. Yeah,
on
Liv
the men's side,
Morgan. Yep. And then, well, they said The Miz cashed in on Drew McIntyre in 2021 too.
and he was successful.
Yes.
Really? Why do I not remember that?
Yes. It looks like it was at WrestleMania too, bro. Hold on.
No.
The Miz's second run with the briefcase was a strange one. Oh, unsuccessfully cashed in at TLC in 2020 in a triple threat match against then WWE Champion Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles, but the briefcase was later returned to The Miz after a cash-in attempt was deemed invalid since it was Miz's partner Morrison who cashed in for him. Miz
Mhm.
later cashed in on McIntyre Elimination Chamber and was successful. Yep.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, real Pike fucking moves.
Yeah, I mean that was some pretty dark times in WWE anyway, so maybe that's why I
I
kind
know,
of
bro.
blacked it out.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty real quick.
Okay. Okay, little nitty gritty. Let's
We
do it.
we had a very good, in my opinion, a very good Raw and SmackDown show this week. A lot of things stuck out to me. What? Get out of here. So for me, I think each week is getting better. Every
I agree.
story is kind of getting juicier and juicier. Now that you throw The Rock in there, I know a lot of people aren't fond of it, but I'm here for good TV. I don't really give a fuck who main events WrestleMania as long as it's a
Correct.
good fucking show. And I think with the direction that they're going, they have a lot of options to be a good fucking show. And Triple H is going to give us some good shit moving into the future of the Netflix era. I mean, where are you at with this? Like, what stuck out the most to you on Raw and or SmackDown leading into Elimination Chamber, which is also leading into WrestleMania?
Nothing. And I think that's the best part of it. Nothing stuck out to me. It was all a big schmoz, like Bret Hart would say. It's all a big schmoz. We got everything and we got nothing at the same fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That
and
make
that
sense?
was, yeah, absolutely. Especially, kind of going to Pat McAfee at the end of the kickoff
Yeah,
when he
right.
was like, all of this
Yeah.
stuff happened, but nothing happened. We don't have an answer.
Yeah, correct.
And he
correct,
was
correct.
right. I mean, we knew Cody had picked Roman, but with everything that happened, everybody was still like, okay, so now what? Now what's happening? And that's the goal that they're fucking striking right now because I'm like, I need more. I need to know what's going on.
Yes, yes.
So they're doing a great fucking job, and you're always gonna have people that are pissed off, regardless.
Correct.
You're gonna have guys that don't like this guy, guys that don't like this guy. But at the end of the day, I think they're doing exactly what the fuck they need to do for the business and to gain traction moving into WrestleMania.
I agree, my brother. I agree. You got any hot takes for the week?
Hot takes. I do got a hot take. And it's
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
expected from the listeners of the show. LA Knight is gonna fucking win the Elimination Chamber. He's gonna fight Rollins for the heavyweight title. They're gonna put gold on my boy.
Hot shit. I would
Come
love for that to happen,
on.
my bro. No, I would, Kenny. I would love for that to happen. I really would. You know, I would. The only time I wasn't rooting for this guy is when he faced Roman at Crown Jewel. Like, whatever it is, what it is. But it's got to happen. It's got to happen. There needs to be gold around the waist of LA Knight before, number one, before you waste the window of opportunity that you have. That is not really that big in the first place because everything's
Yes.
so stacked. So I think he should be the one to go to Mania and beat Rollins. I think he deserves it more than Drew, more than Sammy or any of these other Pike motherfuckers. You know, listen, they're good too. Don't get me wrong, but they're like this is the only thing that makes sense. You
Mhm.
leave the belt in the hands of a guy who's going to carry the fucking belt for the next 8-9 months until Seth comes back and feels better, and now he's bouncing around again. And now you do have a scenario where you have LA Knight and Drew and Sammy and Seth and fucking Jey Uso lost the Intercontinental. Now he wants to come up to the real dogs. You could bring all that back in about 8 months. So I think that's kind of where they'll roll with it. I think
And-
you'll be right, brother. You'll be right.
Here's why I think that it's going to happen. I can give you a little bit of backstory to it in my assumptions.
Okay.
You know, you have Gunther being one of the participants in this. I think he's going to make it into the chamber, but obviously I'm taking him out because I'm betting on him and Jey Uso at WrestleMania for the IC title.
Correct.
that
The
automatically
singles
takes
match.
one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Doesn't make sense to put the title on Randy just because of everything he's got going on with the bloodline and the whole SmackDown as a whole. It just doesn't make sense for right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. McIntyre, maybe, but again, we've seen Seth and McIntyre 3 times already.
I know. That's why I'm
So
saying I
that-
wasn't in the mood for that.
That cuts him out for
Drew
me
and
as well.
Punk, I'm with.
For me, I think, you know, you've had LA Knight off of TV for a couple weeks.
Significant TV.
He has no storyline whatsoever going on right now. I think he's only been on TV one time since the Fatal
Rookie
4-Way.
fucking moves. Rookie
So-
moves.
But here's the thing. I think they're doing it so they can move him to Raw. That way, you know, you're not leaving any stories on the table. And I think they're doing it.
True.
They're trying to be sneaky about it. And I could be completely fucking wrong, and probably am. But that's what makes the most sense to me right now.
Gotcha.
What about you? Do you have a hot take this week?
I have a. I really don't have one, bro, because I really don't know, you know, what the fuck we just watched all week. But my hot take is that Roman's leaving Mania with the title. So, whatever that's worth.
I don't think so. I think that's
Okay,
a very hot,
okay.
bro. They will
Okay.
burn that fucking company down if
Then
Cody
it's
main
gonna
events
burn, bro.
WrestleMania
Then it's gonna
twice
burn.
and loses that belt. Oh my god, the Cody cry.
We still don't know that. We still don't know we're gonna get that. We never know where it's
True.
gonna be, bro. We
True.
never know where it's gonna be. They could say, "Oh, well, Cody's gonna face Roman at Elimination Chamber." Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Appreciate the time. Cody Rhodes finished the story in front of all these people. But now, see, that's where it gets really nice, because now if he does win the belt at Elimination Chamber, now your boy can go get it. Or, you know, somebody has a spot against Cody at Mania. That opens more options.
No, it doesn't. It
Why?
actually takes options away because you can't have Cody win the belt at Elimination Chamber and
Why?
his first
What's
title
that?
defense he drops it.
No,
the fuck
who said
outta
he has
here.
to drop? Who said he has
That's
to
what I'm
drop it?
saying. That's what I'm
can give
saying.
it-
If-
they doesn't have
if
to be your
Cody-
boy. It could be a worthy opponent.
But what I'm saying is,
fucking-
if Cody has the belt, they're not gonna have this dude drop it. It's gonna be something that you're expecting Cody to win. So for me, I don't want LA Knight in that situation. I don't need another situation of him in a fucking main event for the heavyweight
Somebody he's
championship.
not gonna beat.
Exactly. Like, nah, bro. Like,
Yeah, I
I'm
got you,
goods
bro.
on that. I'm good.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
But
right there.
I do have, this isn't a hot take, but I do have an announcement that I kind of want to bring into this. And I haven't even told you about this yet, Brody.
You're gonna be a father?
No, that is not happening. So I'll tell you guys what, because we do have some fans who listen regularly,
Yes.
but we're trying to expand the reach, right? So I'm gonna make a little proposition to everybody that's listening right now. Tell your friends, get people to subscribe. If we get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, not this belt up here, this belt right here, my pride
No
and
way.
fucking joy, my baby.
way.
It's autographed by Jeff Hardy.
No.
If we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're gonna randomly pick one of the subscribers. We'll put y'all in a raffle. 1,000 subscribers, it could be yours.
I love it.
Like and subscribe. If we don't get
Yes,
to
like
1,000,
and
I'll
subscribe.
fucking keep it. I don't give a fuck. So this is a chance for you guys.
I'm saying to come up.
Help me help
Come up and
you.
do something.
Help me help you. Anyways, kind of getting back on subject, we are still working on the merchandise, trying to get
Yes.
everything figured out with that. But once we do have everything figured out, we're gonna do maybe some trivia.
Merch giveaway.
We'll do a couple giveaways, ask you guys some questions, maybe throw it in the chat, maybe have some guests on. If you would rather do it that way, we can ask you some questions. You get 3 right, you get a free fucking hat with my face on it, or whatever the fuck.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, yeah. We're working
we're
on
working
the
on-
exclusive PNG merch.
Yes, so stay tuned for that. Brody,
What's
I
up, guys?
think last week we started doing a segment of Superstar of the Week and Match of the Week.
Okay. Yes.
Give them to me.
All right. So for my superstar of the week, I went with our boy Drew McIntyre.
Fire pick.
You know what I'm saying? It was really Samantha Irvin in the background that got me. I was like, oh, what a fox. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like that's my superstar of the week, dude. I feel like this guy's been my superstar of the month.
Yes.
We gotta choose someone different every week, so it is what it is. But to me, this guy's MVP of the whole thing right now.
And that's what kind of, I know you said we don't want to see it again, but that's the only thing that's making me think that maybe we do get Rollins and McIntyre again at Mania and let the dude win that's the thing. I wouldn't really be mad about it because the dude can finally win the title with a crowd, have a run where fans can actually come to the fucking shows.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but it's got to be a different kind of match. I don't want to see this one-on-one fucking singles traditional rules fucking match. Like, if it's gonna be him and Rollins,
I think it's
with
gonna be a
this
squash.
title squash.
Yeah, I think they're gonna play on the injury. It's gonna be, you might have a few blows back and forth, but I think it's gonna be a very quick match, and I think whoever it is against Rollins is good, just because the guy's already hurt. You don't want to hurt him even worse. Let him drop the title in a squash. Yes, it makes him look bad for the moment, but it's still Seth Rollins. So still bounce back,
you're right.
get healthy, come back, and go from there.
Fair play. Who do you got?
So for my superstars this week for me, I'm going with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. With not watching too much NXT and the NXT UK where these guys kind of came up, didn't know a lot about them. Kind of wrote them off early because they're not what I would typically think of as far as a WWE superstar. And I guess that's partly on me. I've been watching these guys the past couple of weeks and they've been putting on a show. They're definitely there to put the work in. And now they're fighting the Judgment Day at Elimination Chamber for the titles. So they got the big win against DIY to put them in this match. And that match was great as well. Wasn't really expecting it to happen. But now that it did, I'm like, okay, you have these guys who aren't really on TV a bunch. They don't really get the looks, and now they're getting it. So that's my pick for the week.
Nice. Match of the week?
Match of the week for me was the Fatal 4-Way qualifier match on Raw. Obviously, DIY took the win, but as we talked about earlier in the show, the Creed brothers looked fucking dominant. You
Yes.
had bodies going back and forth. I think at one point they leveled everybody, and then you have DIY come in out of nowhere and pick up the win, which was expected. They're Triple H's guys, whatever. But the match was great. I think you kind of showed off a little bit more of not just the Creed brothers, but the other tag teams in that division as well.
I agree. I had the bull rope match as my match of the week.
Fantastic.
Just
Loved
because,
it.
like I said, it was very nostalgic. It was very it's good to see something else. Like I said last time, well, actually, I don't even think it was on the show. I think it was just you and me off air. I was saying that, where's the lumberjack match?
Yes.
Where's
Yeah,
where's the Hell in the Cells anymore? I feel like we haven't seen one in years.
TLCs,
Yeah, the TLCs. There you go, bro. Where's the TLCs?
Yeah,
All
and,
these high flying athletes we got now, they get no fucking ladder match.
bro, when I saw that it was gonna be a bull
Crap.
rope match, I felt like it was Saturday morning and I was 9 years old all over again.
You know what I
was
mean?
like,
Yeah.
it's so great when we get these matches that we haven't gotten for a while, and a part of me is like, yo, what if this is in the new video game? Like, give us a bull rope match in a game, because I don't think that's ever been done.
No, I know we're getting the casket match though.
Yes, and the ambulance match, bro. This game is gonna be so heat.
It's gonna be heat. I know it will.
I can't wait. Every time I see the trailer, and I was kind of this way with last year's too, and I ended up disappointed. So I'm kind of trying to
Gotcha.
temper my expectations a little bit on it, but it looks fucking amazing.
Nice. In
Um,
fact, shout out WWE 2K24. We will definitely be
yes.
on that and creating our own universe and etc. Excited for
Yeah,
that.
1000%, bro. I'm very excited about that. There was something else that I wanted to bring up, and now I'm kind of drawing a blank on it. Oh, Bailey. We got to talk about Bailey.
Of course.
I can't wait for her to fucking beat the living shit out of Io.
Me too.
I think it's going to be amazing. And the other thing that happened last night that we didn't bring up either was there was a spot with Bailey in the ring. Dakota Kai came out and, kind of told her that she still had her back. And then, what the fuck is the name of their group?
Damage Control?
Yes, Damage Control came out and basically tried to attack Bailey and Dakota Kai, and Dakota Kai chased her off with the chair. Chased them off with the chair, I should say. So might see maybe a tag match at Elimination Chamber to kind of build up to their match at WrestleMania.
Just so you know, Elimination Chamber is going to be on at 4:30 in the morning Eastern time.
What?
And guess what?
I didn't even
I'll
think
fucking
about
be up
that.
watching it. I'll be up.
I'm gonna be up. I'm gonna be up to watch it because the very first thing I do when I wake up is fucking check X or Twitter or whatever the fuck it is now. And if I do that and get the results before I even watch it, it's gonna make for a very bad Saturday for me.
Yeah, correct, bro. Correct. Nice.
But yeah, man, it's very exciting. I think I'm very excited and looking forward to what The Rock has to say next week on SmackDown. I think Triple H had a lot of shots taken that way. And
Me
as it
too.
was happening, I'm like, bro,
He's
cannot
lacing them up again.
fucking wait.
So when I text you that picture, it's nigga want to lace the boots again. He's like, I got one more, bro. I got one more.
That
Let's
would be
see.
fantastic. I would love to see one more, but I don't think
Does
so.
Triple
I
H have
mean,
one more match in him? Does he have one more match in him?
he's got a pacemaker.
With a pacemaker,
bro.
could you? Yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, if plus I feel like at his age with all the injuries that he has had, is it worth it?
Yeah, that's true.
You have all these young guys who they have the capability to take over the company at any moment. Yes, it's good for the nostalgia for sure. It'll definitely be something to look forward to at Mania, almost like we did with the Royal Rumble when they had all the surprises and shit like that. So I'm there for it in that aspect, but it just doesn't to take a spot from another guy, like, yeah, you're fucking Triple H, bro. You can do whatever the fuck you want and put yourself into it. I'm not mad about it. Do whatever you need to do. But
100%.
would I rather see Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams go one-on-one instead in that spot? Absolutely.
Yeah, of course, dude. Of course. I got you on that. That's fair play.
So, yeah, I want to see the fallout on SmackDown. I wish they would have kind of had everything happen last night, but I also understand the long game. I knew that, we weren't going to get all the answers last night, and we probably won't get all the answers next week either, because it's going to roll into a lot more than just Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
It's going to be a ride, man. It is going to be a ride. My belt should be here this week. I think it's going to be here Wednesday or Thursday. So that'll be a guest on the show next week, son.
Nice. See, now
Yes.
here's the thing. We get Chamber on the 24th, right?
Okay.
And then there's no PLE in
Nothing
March.
for March. Nope.
No, and there's 5 Saturdays in March.
It's going to be a long fucking March, bro.
Yeah, it's going to be a wild go home to Mania, bro.
Yes. And
You don't
that's
think they can fit a fast lane on the 16th or something?
that was my thing, dude. Like, why did they get rid of Fastlane?
Fastlane was Heat Rocks, bro.
And it was
Enjoyed Fastlane,
always
dude.
it was always in Cleveland, dog. Like,
Yep.
always in Cleveland.
It was always in Cleveland. Fucking Fastlane in
I
fucking
remember
Ohio, of course.
the last Fastlane I went to, it was, do you remember when The Miz and Shane were kind of on that tag team run,
Yes.
and Shane turned on it was kind of like the same, Kofi hadn't won the
Yeah,
title
yeah.
yet, but they were building up to it. One of the
Correct.
best pay-per-views I've ever been to in my life. And I was sitting there. It was the last time that the Shield fought in a tag match together.
Yep, I remember.
And we're sitting there, and all of a sudden the music hits. And at that point, I think I was so excited about it that I didn't even realize, like, hey, the Shield doesn't come out from the Titantron area. They
Yeah.
walk through the crowd. So music hits, everybody stands up, and I look over to my right, and probably 15 feet away, they fucking walk down.
Nice.
And I'm like, and I think at that point, I still didn't hate Roman. And, nobody fucking hated the Shield. Everybody loved the Shield. So for me,
Of course.
one of the greatest moments of my entire life was being there at the final match of the Shield, and to even think about what they have become since then. And
Yeah.
the magnitude of where they're at in their careers now compared to the 5 or 6 years ago has been crazy.
Bro, even think about when did they debut? Survivor Series 2012? 2013?
So for me, I wasn't watching wrestling then. I probably missed the first 3 or 4 years of the
2012.
Shield.
Survivor
Yeah.
Series 2012.
And I didn't come back into it until maybe 2014. I think whenever the Hardys came back at Mania, I think that was 2014,
Yeah, the Orlando
2015
joint. I
maybe.
remember that.
Yeah. So I missed a little bit of time for it. But again, even with their last match together before they all went their singles courses, I would have never thought, that to have Roman Reigns be on the fucking mountaintop that he has been on. Not for nothing, as much as I hate the dude, he's gonna end up going down as the best champion of all time. The GOAT. And I think Rollins is right behind him.
Yes.
If he can stay healthy, he's got
Where's that fucking
potential.
Mania match?
We're gonna get it. We're gonna
We better get it, bro.
I think we will. I think
It's criminal if we don't get that.
I think maybe you'll see it next year.
Okay. Once we get this bullshit out the way, yeah.
Roman will probably be gone for a little while. Seth will probably be gone for a little while. Both of them get right, and Roman can go do whatever the fuck he does when he's not on TV, which is twice a year anyways.
Facts.
But I think they have the potential to kind of make that, and that could be a match that there's no gold in. You know, it could just kind of be
Yeah.
bitch, I'm better than you.
Yeah,
And they've
correct.
kind
I
of been
agree.
planting that seed even with the presser last week. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
definitely could
I
happen.
like it.
But yeah, man, it's gonna get pretty wild, and we're gonna be here to give it all to you as it unfolds. And you just gotta watch the show. Like I said, 1,000
100%.
subscribers. Get this bad boy.
Yes, like, subscribe, comment, send it to your friends. Send it to your friends and say it's dog shit. Just make sure you send it to your friends, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You know, all publicity is good publicity. I don't give a
Correct.
fuck if you say, hey, look how fucking stupid these guys are. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I just want the view, baby. It doesn't matter to
Yeah,
me.
correct. Correct.
It doesn't matter what you think. Just watch.
Good way to fucking incorporate the SmackDown segment in there. Good for
Yes.
you, bro. Good for you.
I've been holding on to it the whole show.
Nice. I can't wait
No,
to
but
use exactly no pop on somebody. Go ahead.
I am all set. You know, like we said, we're gonna have merch coming
Yes.
soon. We just gotta
Merch
work out a
rolling.
few things.
Merch
and-
rolling like next weekend. I know I've been saying that the last like 2 weekends, but also it's a lot of work and stuff that goes behind this shit, behind the scenes, and making sure things
Yes.
are okay and copyrighted and whatever we need to be done in order to do to make a good product. And I think the brand as a whole has taken leaps and bounds since we brought you episode 1, and we're going to continue to bring you leaps and bounds as we go on this journey of the podcast. You know,
Yes.
hopefully bring it to you live from one of the PLEs this year. That would be really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
man. And that was one of the things when we started this whole thing was we want to get to that kind of
Media
press-
level.
yes,
Mhm.
press media level to bring you guys more content. So it's definitely something we're working on. Obviously, it's not something that can be done overnight, but also to get to where we need to be, it's kind of a thing where it involves the fans as well, because if we don't have the likes and we don't have the views, then you know it's just more
Correct.
leaps and bounds. So we're kind of counting on you guys as well to kind of help put us in. You know, we do a lot of this stuff for you guys. We want to give you the best product that we can. So just let somebody know about it. Tell your grandma about it. Put it on your grandma's phone, hit play, and walk away. Don't even listen to it. I don't give a fuck.
Correct.
Just support the brand. And you know, once we get the merch and everything, like we said, we'll be doing a couple giveaways. So keep an eye on that. Other than that, man, I am good. You got anything else?
I'm good to go, buddy. We had a good, successful first episode with some guests. And good
Yes.
guests too. Some good, knowledgeable guys. And shout out to Dave and Grooves for coming on the
Yes.
show
Yes.
and being good guests. Great guests, really knowing a lot of the product, and you know, excited to get you guys back on here to shoot the shit.
I do have one question for you before we leave. It's not wrestling related, but seeing how
Ooh.
tomorrow is Super Bowl Sunday, who you got?
I got the fact that the NFL is not going to let the Super Bowl go off air without Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift kissing on the 50-yard line. This guy holding the trophy. So I'm gonna go Chiefs. Unfortunately,
Yeah, I'm with you there
but
too, man. I think the Chiefs
I
get
hope we
it
get a
done.
good game though.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good game. I think
Wow.
the Chiefs get it done as well. But also, while we're at it, shout out to the Cleveland Browns who fucking swept the awards. It was nice to see some of that for once. But man, I'm all set. Thank you guys very much for taking the time on
Yeah.
Saturday to hang out with us. Much appreciated. Dave Grove, thank you very much for being on the show. We will see you guys next week. Can't wait.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, God, yeah, he'll 1,000,000 times to 1.